Hello everyone and welcome back to another battle replay. Today we are in Napoleon Total War, and if you want and it is the new year, so of course happy new year, and why not celebrate the first video of the new year with the first ever battle replay I had saved. It is a 1 versus 1 between myself and Mr. Sandman, one of my moderators of my Discord. If you want to join the Discord to submit battle replays, it is in the description. I will be playing as Portugal, and he will be playing as Spain. I will just quickly turn up the sound. Alright. We decided to go Portugal versus Spain since it was Spanish Lakeside. I am bringing some cazadores, some tiradores, and a lot of infantry and militia and Portuguese cavalry. I'm also bringing some 12-pounder foot artillery, and I think I'm bringing 2 units of them. Yes, I am. So if you need an idea, I'm planning on moving my artillery to this position, here or here, to fire on the lines. I'm bringing a lot of line infantry, and I think another Tirador unit and 2 units of cazadores, and 4 units of Portuguese cavalry. Mr. Sandman, his units are a little bit more hidden. He's bringing some Fusiliers, looks like 1 unit of Walloon Guard, some 9-pounder foot artillery, 2 units of Walloon Guard, some 2 units of Grenadiers, and it looks like he's bringing some lancers, or lanceros. And here's all the rest of his units over here. 2 more units of lancero, 3 units of fusiliers, and 3 units of lights. So now that we have that out of the way, let us go to normal speed. So obviously one of the primary imports of this map is this mountainside on the left, and as you can see it is very well positioned, allowing you a lot of supporting fire. Pretty much what I'm doing is I'm setting up infantry with tiradores and cazadores up ahead of where I'm going to position my cannons, so they can fire at any horses that try to come. And given that they are foot artillery, they will need to walk. Let's just take a moment to appreciate the units as they march. I like all the different trousers that these guys have. These are some really nice uniforms. Yeah, it looks like he is going to unlimber his artillery around this position, probably, but because I believe, if I remember correctly, he did see what I was trying to do. Was probably getting his artillery into a position where they could fire into the side. Anyway, let's get up here. We do have cavalry moving aggressively ahead. Looks like my units are running to get into a better position. And here we go. He is sending up his lancers to try and catch out my lights, but I do see these coming, and I do tell them to get into a better position. As you can see, they are just unloading into these lancers as my horses arrive in the fray to engage in melee combat. And then I believe I call all my skirmishers away. And we do break, and the first unit of lancers do break immediately. So we gotta play very careful. Ah, here we go. Volunteers de la Corona. This is what was his main advantage for this battle. He had the unit of guerrillas. My Portuguese cav do just charge down his lancers, which I didn't know at the time they were lancers, and also here was his supporting force. And he is going to be supported by these friendlies, but I'm not sure if they're firing into the back of us. They are not. So these lancers will actually win. Meanwhile, we've got this pretty close-knit fight between some guerrillas and some
Our men are running, sir.
And here we go, his infantry is charging. The light infantry need to get out of there, but unfortunately, I do have them on skirmish mode, but for some reason, they don't work forward. And they will be charged down by the guerrilla infantry. Here I actually reposition my light infantry to get into better positions, while my Portuguese cav are continuing to engage. I do have my grenadiers and some more line infantry moving up on the flank on the hill here, but they are fighting uphill. Like here, these grenadiers are repositioning the fire into the back of these fusiliers, as my Portuguese cavalry does run off his lancers on the hill. Here we go, here's them trying to get into position. They are getting shredded on this left flank right here. They will return fire. It looks like all my light infantry up on the hill are going to continue to stay alive and are going to move to engage this Fusilier line that's trying to move uphill. My artillery is still moving, but now he's actually using his foot artillery to fire into the side of this line infantry and actually has a very good angle on it. Will do a lot of damage. Ooh, almost got a big line there. A very intense battle for the mountaintop here. Grenadiers are getting absolutely hammered by two line infantry. However, my lights are in position and are helping. Looks like we have two units routing, Grenadiers and line infantry. These men obviously do not like the situation they're in. However, my lights here are in a very good position to whittle down these Fusiliers. Because if I remember correctly, the Fusiliers are actually focusing the Cazadores, who are behind some really nice cover here if you look from this angle. A very hard shot to make. And here I do actually retreat my infantry because we both had the same idea, where the infantry can get onto this ridge right here, and completely outflank the infantry. And there we go, my grenadiers actually throw some grenades. Not sure how many they actually take out. And here we go, this is actually something important. My cavalry right here, I completely ignore these Fusilier lines because they're busy reorganizing. And I am sending them with the objective of taking out the artillery. They'll have a very tight space to make here, as my artillery is actually getting into position and starting to set up.
Our men are running, sir.
It looks like the lancers do manage to intercept him, and he does form square. And it looks like, yeah, my artillery is now setting up and will be able to fire into the units. Let's get back over to this intense smoky battle for the mountaintop right here. As you can see, the light infantry on the mountain are completely obliterating the line infantry. And charging up a hill is not the best thing or best decision to make. I'm just coming out here a bit so I can keep an eye on other units in the background. And there we go, you can see in the background now my artillery has actually made it to a position where it is now firing. And there we go, the sheer volley does manage to shatter this line infantry, or light infantry, and will force them away. These light infantry are doing a very important job up in this mountain, keeping these line infantry away from the main force. They're doing a very good harassment job. Unfortunately, at this moment, I do not have any horses to take out the artillery at the I believe I actually start trying to snipe as general here. But he is firing into the lines up there. I'll just keep that general in my sights just in case while we have a look at this. We got another unit of Fusiliers pushing probably into engagement range, but they are getting, the lights are focusing them down. You can see that I have my Theodores behind the lights here because my Theodores have more range. I still have my 2 units of Portuguese cav over here guarding this artillery piece. And here we go, I've got another, my returning units actually are going back up the hill to protect the flank. And here comes some lancers to engage the Theodores, and he does look like he has some light infantry flanking. And here we go, lancers are getting absolutely shot. Will they manage to hold? And the light infantry do manage to hold off the cavalry and shatter them, but now they're caught out of position being shot into the flank, and there's light infantry flanking around the back. But luckily some reinforcements have arrived to take them out. That was a very close hit. The artillery are now just trying to take each other out. And I believe these cazadores will now reposition to deal with the light infantry. As you can see, these Theodores are firing into the Fusiliers from a much greater distance, while the cazadores are now getting up close and personal. I actually didn't notice they were behind this cover and just shooting into it, but it looks like some shots were making it to the line. Here we go, we got some grenadiers facing off against some more light infantry as his main force is now moving across the front. It looks like we do get actually a massive hit on the general there. Must have just missed it. But he's definitely now moving his general up to this hill. And now we have cazadores getting into a position to engage. Oh, we have a charge from the infantry going down into the grenadiers here. And they do get a very nice charge off, but it is light infantry, and they're facing off against, I think, 2 units of grenadiers. Grenadiers will have the slightly better advantage. I know
Our men are running,
these
sir.
lights, these cazadores do break to the light infantry on the flank, but they are not shattered yet. I start repositioning my skirmishers here to engage with the light infantry. Light infantry, it's very hard to tell who's who, but Portugal has the white trousers and Spain has the coloured trousers. I think now I'm actually shooting my artillery up into the hill here. Yes, I am. They're actually shooting, still trying to hit this general. Come on, will the Theodores get a shot off? There we go, they're getting into a position to fire now. And they are going to return fire. Let's have a look at all the casualties being dealt. Not much. They do form square, because it looks like my Portuguese cavalry actually is coming over here. And my cazadores are out of ammo, so I am sending them in to distract the square from the horses.
Sir, our general is under attack.
And as you can see, the general is now being focused by the artillery. So you start moving. And we have the main force engagement here now in the main line. As you can see, this is what I was talking about. This ridge is being used to outflank the main force lines here. We have some grenadiers moving up to the grenades, it looks like. And they do get it off. A very nice grenade throw there, but they're forced back. I actually set my Portuguese cav, but I didn't notice he still had lances, so I actually didn't charge the general as of this moment. But I do have another unit flanking around the back.
Sir.
We have some And my skirmishers and lights are now moving into a better position. Looks like we have some more grenades being thrown there, but they're just not as successful. We have some Fusiliers actually charging while being shot in the back from these grenadiers up here. And here we go. I'll just remember to turn on the map as we get a beautiful charge there. Multiple units charging into the line. And we do actually have Walloon Guards getting involved as we have some grenades. And here we go, the general is now coming up, but I think he's in a position where he's going to get shot in the face. Yes, there he is there. Oh, that guy got shot off his horse. These guys are being very sophisticated. They're not shooting the general, but they're shooting all his bodyguards. There we go, the general is being forced away.
Our men are running, sir.
And we do have some cavalry now just coming out of the flank, and it looks like we're going to take out the artillery. My lights, my skirmishers are taking up a position there. We do have grenadiers now moving up this flank with some lancers. The lancers have been drawn away to take care of this outflanking force. As you can see, my infantry are now moving to just outflank this. While my general remains here, probably inspiring these men to fight harder. Oh, and here we go. We got a battle over here now. We got militia holding the line against the Walloon Guards. The militia not doing so well. And we do have a militiaman has killed a Walloon Guard. This man should be promoted. This man should be promoted. But he gets stabbed right after he got revenge. The militia break, but that's understandable. Their job was just to delay the Walloon Guards as long as possible. And now that they're retreating, these cazadors are going to unleash hell. Let's have a look over here. We have 2 units of my infantry engaging some more Walloon Guards while artillery just rains down. And there's the rally from my general. His lancers are still in position, but I don't think he's noticed the Portuguese cavalry. And they are recovering a bit.
Our men are running, sir.
There we go. The Walloon Guards are still being very brutal with this attack. They are not relenting. They're pushing as far as they can to get to these cannons. And you can see on the map, my cavalry is now coming in to take out this artillery as his grenadiers are making a return. The units are going to reorganize after routing most of the army. But I think it's safe to say that the battle is coming to a close here. And here we go. My cavalry do manage to flank and grab the foot artillery. With my Theodores now moving into a skirmish position on the same ridgeline that my grenadiers were on.
Glorious victory, sir, is soon to be yours.
As you can see, they should fire in a second, but it's fair. As you can see, just imagine being this line right now. And look at that, they broke. Just imagine being this line and seeing that you're fighting. But it looks like everything is now routing, and it looks like the battle is going to come to a close. And there we go. It looks like the Walloon Guards over here on the flank were forced back, and that is the end of the battle. So this was my first ever battle replay that I saved, but never got to casting for. So obviously this was also when I first met Sandman, and Sandman's now a moderator on my Discord because he's stuck around with me for a long while. So a special thank you to Sandman for, you know, staying around and helping make some epic battles. if you guys want to join in, I am looking for bigger battles, such as like 3v3s, to do more commentary on, or scenario battles, such as Waterloo. Then, come ahead and join my Discord. And with all that, I'll see you guys later.